Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
111.
Hello there.
I mean, 1, 2, 3.
I like 111.
111.
You know, I can't wear a hard pant anymore, I think.
No, neither can I.
I can't do it.
I feel like I'm going to crawl out of my skin or implode if I wear pants that are tight around the waist.
I can't do it. Give me loose.
It's over.
It's over.
Shirts too, if I'm being honest.
Give
Well,
me
no,
loose.
I can wear.
I can wear a tighter shirt.
Yeah,
but it's not very often.
absolutely.
There has to be a
not.
reason, like
Actually,
a going out
I'm
top.
gonna see if we turn this.
Just give me a loose pant and I'm good to go.
I like these. You can't. Nobody
Thanks.
can see them.
Yeah, they're just loose pants.
I tried to wear tight hard pants the other day,
Tight hard pants.
and I sat down to test how it felt.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Couldn't do it.
Took them off.
No thanks. Anyways, let's see how that sounds.
Okay.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hello, Madeline.
If you're listening to this, you may have noticed something a little different. We have ads.
Yes. Incredible.
Oh my God.
A brave new world. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, this will not affect you yet.
More to
But
come.
if you are on audio, you might have noticed there are a couple ads in here.
Yeah.
Trying to make some money.
Trying to make some money. Thank you for sticking with us. And yeah, thanks for listening to the ads.
Thanks for listening to the ads. Also, if you have it in your heart to rate and review and subscribe on every possible platform, we would be very grateful.
It makes a huge difference. Again, when we talk about rating and reviewing, we do see an influx in reviews. So it does matter and helps us in the charts and to make the show possible. So thank you so much.
Yes, you too can make a difference. All right, we're going to start with something a little more serious than we normally do. Don't worry, this will still be a place for jokes. But Kiké Hernandez on the Los Angeles Dodgers posted something in response to the ICE raids and abductions that are happening in Los Angeles. He said, "I may not be born and raised, but this city adopted me as one of their own. I am saddened and infuriated by what's happening in our country and our city. Los Angeles and Dodger fans have welcomed me, supported me, and shown me nothing but kindness and love. This is my second home, and I cannot stand to see our community being violated, profiled, abused, and ripped apart. All people deserve to be treated with respect, dignity, and human rights. Hashtag City of Immigrants."
Yep.
And, you know, obviously, this is a place that you can come and not think about the world for a little bit. It's that for us. We have, this brings me so much joy.
Same.
But it's also very hard to come here and pretend that like everything's fine.
Yeah. It's very difficult to pretend everything's fine when the world is burning and innocent people are being taken from this country.
And I think the fact that Kiké said something, not a lot of people in sports have really said anything this direct. I know some people have, but it's also especially rare, I think, in baseball.
For sure.
So to see him say something so straightforward, this isn't like platitudes.
No. I think he was the most direct I've seen. Maybe any athlete. I don't know. I honestly can't think of anyone who's been more direct than he has with what's going on in this country right now.
No, same. And Angel City FC in LA also, they had T-shirts on the seats that said Immigrant City Football Club.
Yeah.
And I wrote not about the sports aspect of this, but just about everything that's happening in my newsletter, The Wilder Things, because I think that the most important thing you can do is say something. And the fact that these entities and Kiké in sports are saying something, the minute you're too scared to say something is the minute you should really be concerned.
Yep.
Which is why we are saying that this is wrong. And it's everything is scary when you say something, but you have to say something.
You have to say something. I think by being quiet, you're just participating.
Yeah.
You're that's that's worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
By saying nothing.
And if us saying this pisses you off, then maybe, I don't know, take a long, hard look in the mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we make some jokes about Donna Kelce being on Traitors?
Oh my God, please. Let's do that, shall we? Let's switch gears a little bit.
Hard pivot because that's the world we're living in.
Yeah.
A lot of compartmentalization.
Yes.
Donna Kelce, the mother of Travis and Jason, the football players.
Yep.
The mother-in-law?
Future mother-in-law
Of Taylor Swift.
I hope so.
Of global pop star Taylor Swift.
I hope so.
They announced the Traitors cast.
Oh, I'm so excited that she's going to be on it.
If anybody out there doesn't watch Traitors, you should absolutely watch Traitors. It is like the show Mafia, and it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
And it is my favorite. I've never wanted to be on a reality show until I saw Traitors.
I think let's get Charlotte on.
Oh my God. Well, would you come?
Yeah, of course I would come. Because I think we'd be good on it.
I think it would be better if we're together, because then people would be like trying to kill us off because they don't want us having each other's backs.
Like, would we betray each other? No, we wouldn't.
No, I would probably. I think you have to like sign something that says you won't take your friends aside and tell them you're a traitor.
Is that true?
Yeah. But I would probably take you aside and be like, hey, so I'm a traitor.
We would do like an eye movement that was like a wink.
We can speak without speaking, so
we can just stare at each other.
Also, actually, we wouldn't have to do that, because if I were a traitor, you would take one look at my face and you'd be like, you're a traitor.
You're a traitor. I don't think I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I can't picture you as a liar. I feel like I can lie.
I think
I could hold it. I think I could. I'm not a liar. I'm very type A and a rule follower, goody two shoes. So it's hard for me to keep anything in that's not true. You know what I mean? But I do feel like I would be a better liar on the Traitors than you.
Well, I could not agree more. You would, because you could play. I would break in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Someone would be like, I think you're a traitor. And I'd be like, bah, you got me. Do you think that Donna,
do we think she's going to do well?
could she be a traitor?
I
Because a
think
traitor is the person who has to lie and say, I'm not a traitor. And then all of the faithfuls, like the townspeople, are like turning on each other as the traitor just sits there and watches.
I think they're going to make her a traitor.
I kind of do too.
Because I think it's good for the show. Also, she's like a mom, and like I feel like people are like, oh, they suspect her, you know?
Yeah, they'd be like, sweet Donna Kelce, she
Right.
could never be a traitor.
Yeah. Oh, I totally think they're
But
gonna make
I
her a
also think
traitor.
she has it in her.
100%.
Which I say is the highest compliment.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
I also think Jason could be a traitor.
Interesting.
I don't think Travis could be a traitor.
No, he'd be terrible.
He'd
He would break.
I also think Kylie Kelce could be a traitor.
Yes.
Well, no, actually,
You don't
because
think-
her show's called Not Gonna Lie, and she's always
She's
like,
pretty
I just
upfront.
have
Okay,
to tell you
that's
the
true.
truth. I don't
That's
think,
true.
I think she and I are in the same vein of not being good at being traitors, but I think you and Jason,
Would kill it.
my husband, Madeline,
Wait.
and her husband, Jason,
What?
we're like the two sides of every.
I was like,
Look,
what
it didn't
are you
work.
talking
It didn't really
about?
work. It didn't really work.
No, I get it.
Every podcast is a marriage. Everybody knows that.
That's true. That's true. It's a work marriage.
I'm also excited to see what she wears, because I feel like everybody puts a lot of thought into their outfit.
Yes, especially that first episode.
What would you wear?
I think I would wear something insane. Like
Really?
a gown. I would just look ridiculous.
I think I would go hard in the other direction and just wear like
Sweatpants? Soft pants?
but like this, like a rugby shirt or something weird, and just be like, this is.
Yeah, I feel like you got to switch it up, though.
I know.
Wear like a going out
maybe
top.
a lot of pantsuits. They'd be like, are you running for office?
You're like, well, yes. Hello.
Yes, hello, vote for me. I'm not a traitor.
Okay.
Also, this is my main question.
What?
Do you think Taylor Swift's publicist, Tree Payne, is going to sit Donna down before she goes on that show and say, Donna, you cannot say anything about my client, Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Donna obviously already knows this, and she wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I feel like the producers are going to try to break her into saying something about Taylor so it will be on the show.
For sure.
So Donna's got to stay really strong, and I know she will, but...
Well, here's my thing.
What?
I thought you were going to say, should Tree Payne go on the Traitors? Because she would be incredible. Yes. She would be manipulating multiple people. She'd have multiple alliances. She'd turn on one alliance to save another. She'd be so good.
Wait, this makes me think we need a entire Traitors cast made up of celebrity PR people.
Yes.
That would be high art.
That would be high art. It would be incredible television. Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Oh my God. Also, Tree would definitely be a traitor.
For sure. Or maybe she wouldn't be because it's too obvious.
I love this show. I'm very excited.
Watch
out. Colton Underwood, who was a football player.
He's on it this season?
Yeah, and is
What?
now, I feel like there's another sports tie
Well,
too.
who else is on it is Lisa Rinna, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Who I love from Real Housewives.
There are a bunch of housewives on it.
And an Atlanta housewife.
Oh.
I can't remember who.
Oh,
Someone.
Also Dorinda from New York.
Dorinda's on.
Because she was on last season,
her.
but she got killed off first and she was pissed.
Yeah, I do love her.
She made me laugh. It would be really funny if they killed her off first again.
That would be crazy. They won't.
Well, sort of the funniest possible thing you could do.
Second time isn't the charm.
You know who else is on it?
Who?
Kristen Kish, the host of Top Chef.
Okay, I love that.
Do you watch Top Chef?
I used to watch Top Chef, not the new seasons.
I watch Top Chef obsessively.
It's kind of ASMR-esque. Like, it's just calming in the chaos.
Yeah. I could watch people cook just...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Food Network. Although Food Network, Chopped, love it. Don't come for me. I don't always want to see somebody have to make a pork loin and a gingerbread house into a meal. I just don't. That's why I like Top Chef. It's like mostly real food.
You make a fair point. I don't want to see it either.
That's all I've got.
No, thank you.
I mean, I do like it, but that's not what I want all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Oh, we have more.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the Kelces, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were spotted at a Stanley Cup final game between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers in Florida because, for those who don't know, Travis, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, is training in Florida, and they attended, I think it was game 4? I think 3?
Yeah, 4.
4. I think it was 4.
Because the series is now tied.
Yeah.
Wait, no. The series is now 3-2. Florida, Canada.
We're going to find out right now. We know sports.
No, I'm pretty sure that the Panthers are up 3-2.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is going to game 6, and Florida has a chance to win.
Yes.
And Taylor and Travis were there. I think they play in Fort Lauderdale.
Cool.
I feel like they kept cutting to them on the broadcast, and I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of hockey fans be mad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first of all, we already did this.
Yep.
When they showed Taylor at football games.
Been there, done that.
Second of all, to people who say, like, if you're watching to see Taylor Swift, you're not a real sports fan. That's not true. You can be a sports fan any way you want.
Correct.
We are big sports fans.
Yeah.
And I get excited when I see Taylor Swift up there. I get
Always.
excited when I see Ben Stiller at a Knicks game. I get excited when I see Tracy Morgan. I get excited when, anybody that they show.
Yeah.
How can you not? That's a part of sports.
It's part of sports. Sports is entertainment.
Yes.
Them showing them is entertainment.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Yeah. Well, like, what about, that feels to me like more of the, like, sports gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Where people are like, you can only like sports if you are a Spartan athletic person lifting
Prove
weights.
your worth as a sports fan.
Exactly.
Rah.
And nothing can be fun, and it has to feel like math or church.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yes.
I would like it to be fun.
Yeah, why can't it be fun?
Why can't you show Taylor?
Exactly.
Also, her outfit.
Okay. I would have picked something else. That's what I'm going to say. She always looks good, but I do think some things are better than other options.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diplomatic way of putting it.
Here's really what I'll say about her outfit.
Okay.
Wearing shorts to a hockey game, which is famously cold, is a brave move. I would be freezing. And even if it's hot outside, I'd be like, my body temperature can't regulate. I need to wear pants.
Well, this is
give me a soft pant.
Yeah, give me a soft pant.
Taylor wears soft pant.
This is also where I'm a little bit like, how is she the same age?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Because
right.
I've gotten to a point where if in the winter I bring layers.
Yeah.
And I always have like a short sleeve shirt underneath in case
yeah.
the heat is too hot.
Right.
In the summer, I also always have a short sleeve shirt underneath in case it's hot, but then you bring layers to a restaurant, and I like to have pants on because my legs get cold.
And then it's like you don't want your cold butt on a seat or cold thigh on a plastic seat, even leather if it's in a suite. Still, ugh, even worse.
No, like I've aged out of outfits over comfort.
100%. Same.
But she is still out here, which makes me think she's just a different kind of human
She's
being
built different.
in a lot of different ways.
She's built different. She is.
She can sing songs and run on a treadmill, and she can Like she didn't have a layer on.
No. She just had an exposed thigh.
With
which is
open-toed
impressive.
shoes.
So impressive.
So also, she still wears heels.
Yeah. Heels.
Who among us?
Who among us?
I stopped.
2025.
Also,
what are we doing? Taylor, don't your feet hurt? Put on a sneaker.
I think she's probably just excited that Travis Kelce is 6'5", and she.
I
can
mean,
wear
yeah,
heels,
that's great.
Which I
that's
do
cool.
like for her.
That's
I'm happy
cool.
for her.
Good for her.
But she's a stronger woman than I.
Switching gears a bit, we got to talk about our man Aaron Rodgers, who recently just signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes. Last week we got a lot of messages.
We did.
Because we talked about him and how he wore his Aura wedding ring. Okay, wearable tech. We've talked about this before.
We've talked about it.
I had another take about it.
Oh, what?
I can't remember, but
Cool.
it wasn't good. So he's wearing an Aura ring as a wedding ring.
Yeah.
And we were like, we think he's married.
Yeah.
Dumois said they saw a blonde lady with him wearing a ring as well.
Brittany with an eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Important distinction.
Important distinction.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah.
The eye is very important. Friend of the show, Brooke Pryor, asked him. She is the Steelers reporter for ESPN. She asked Aaron Rodgers, "Are you married?" And that, my friend, is the kind of journalism we need in the sports world. Everybody. She's so brave.
So brave.
She did that for the people.
Oh, I was so happy.
We need more of that.
More of it.
And he said yes. Because sometimes if you ask, people will tell you instead of like dancing around and being like, "Oh, Aaron, how do you feel about playing football?" It's like, nobody cares about that right now.
No. Is he married or not? And he is.
And she said, "How long?"
Couple months.
Or someone said, "How long?" And he said, "A couple months."
Yeah. Wow.
Are you ready for this?
What?
The Daily Mail
Oh, no.
reported that his family doesn't believe he's married. And that apparently a reporter has not been able to find any legal public record stating that he is married.
Whoa. Well, okay.
Which means,
can't you technically make it private, I believe?
Can you?
Yes, I believe you can make marriage records private.
Oh.
So that's possible. That may be why they can't find him. I don't know in wherever he is living now, Malibu, I don't know, California. Actually, I know in California you can make it private.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's also the Daily Mail, so, you know.
But who knows? I mean, they also
Take that with a grain of
they
salt.
could probably pay off like a city worker who works in the marriage certificate department and like get them to tell them what, you know, like TMZ is always like up in people's business.
Yes.
They're getting like medical records and you're like, how?
You're like, also,
isn't this violating HIPAA?
Yeah, that's a big time HIPAA violation.
It would not surprise me if Aaron Rodgers got fake married and wasn't actually married, but I do feel like he is married. However, it is odd that no one knows who this person is.
Well, here's the thing.
What?
Remember when someone asked him, "Are you vaccinated?" And he said, "I've been immunized."
Oh, yeah.
But he wasn't vaccinated?
Yes.
Maybe this is like, "Are you married?" He's like, "Yes." But it was like an ayahuasca ceremony in a tent while they're sweating, and it's not legally binding.
That's true. We don't know. He didn't clarify, and no one asked a follow-up, so I guess we don't know. Someone needs to ask a follow-up.
I could very much see him doing like a partnership ceremony
on the beach.
You know, on the beach or like in Montana.
Yes.
And they got tattoos to commemorate it. Brooke, the next thing you need to ask Aaron is, do you have any new tattoos? Because I think that might tell us a bit about his marriage.
It's literally just Aaron Rodgers, Brittany with an eye, and Pat McAfee as the witness in Montana. That's who's at this wedding ceremony. Who needs a Vogue exclusive when you can have a Pat McAfee exclusive?
Oh my God, I'm crying. Pat McAfee's going to release the photos on his ESPN show.
I would die.
Just
my God.
But he's in everyone. It's just Pat, Aaron, and Brittany with an eye.
I mean, I feel like it would be the witness.
Oh,
who else would be the witness? He would Pat McAfee. Come on.
Also, Aaron would be like, "You're going to be the witness and the officiant."
Yes.
So there's only so he's the only person there, and they don't have to sign any papers, so it doesn't matter.
No.
And Pat's sleeveless. Oh man, that's you nailed it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Also, there was a photo of him.
Yes. Oh my God. So the Steelers released like a PR-esque headshot photo, and we will insert it. But it looks like a photo which we've talked about before. I think you brought this up like months ago of when Aaron Rodgers is in a football uniform. He looks like a dad on Halloween, and this photo is the most dad on Halloween.
Which is crazy because when he played for the Jets and he would like run out or, he was hurt for most of it, but he would be there in his uniform and he had he had a lot of gray stubble.
I know.
It just looked very much like he'd gone to a Spirit Halloween.
Right.
This one somehow looks more like he looks deflated.
I know.
He's not standing up tall.
No, he just looks exhausted.
He looks so tired. And to which we say, that's okay, Aaron. Just keep playing football.
Don't start a podcast.
Don't start a podcast. What if we're reverse psychologying him?
Oh, maybe
what
we
if
are.
someone has been sending him these clips and they're like, these two ladies really don't want you to start a podcast, and he's like so anti-establishment that he's like, the mainstream media doesn't want me, and we're like, buddy, we're doing this ourselves.
Honestly, yeah, I could see that. I could see it. Knowing him,
So do we?
I could see it.
But we can't say start a podcast.
Or maybe that is what we should be saying.
But that's what I'm worried about.
Oh, I see. Well, I think we should keep on course because he hasn't started one yet.
Yeah, don't do it, Aaron.
Don't do it.
He's seen one of these.
For sure. For sure.
Al Palagonia saw our clips.
And I know other people have seen him. So.
Yeah.
Come on the pod.
Jordon Hudson.
Jordan, come on the pod.
Jordan.
Come on. Come on.
We see you watching our stories.
Come on the pod. We see you watching our stories.
Just come talk to us.
Just come on the pod. We see it.
Also, we haven't talked about Jordan and Bill. Bill
No.
Belichick, former head coach of the Patriots, current head coach of UNC.
Yep.
Jordon Hudson, his 24-year-old girlfriend. They haven't really done much recently because Bill got a new PR guy, Brandon Faber, who seems to be doing a phenomenal
Great job.
Jordan has not posted anything. She has not posted on her stories.
She's posted, but it's been very minimal.
Or she's
a couple
posted
things.
and deleted.
Yeah, well, she posted like the old bay with my old bay.
Oh, was that recent?
That was like,
okay.
Yeah, that's within the hiring of the PR. But it's minimal posting.
She used to be on there every day.
Oh, she was chronically online.
Grid posts almost every day.
Yeah.
She recently posted on the grid for the first time in a long time. And it was a picture of her face with glitter.
Yep.
And there was no caption, but there was a song.
And the song was The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived by Miss Taylor Allison Swift. And it's a black and white photo.
And to this I say, did they break up?
That feels like a breakup post. It feels like a breakup post. That song, for the context, is like about a man who's, pardon my French, a little bitch. Is she implying that Bill Belichick is a little bitch?
It's a song about a man who like steals all of your light from you.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, and he's insecure.
with no other context, I don't know what other man, because there hasn't been a public, like if she had posted this after they did that disastrous CBS interview, I would be like, this probably applies to the journalist who did the CBS interview.
Right.
But because she posted it with no context, I'm like,
and no caption.
no caption.
No caption.
And the same day she posted that, she posted something on her story basically saying happy Pride because it's Pride Month.
Right.
Which she has never exhibited any sort of politically inclusive leanings ever.
No.
She posts that and she posts this thing.
Yeah.
Bill's famously good friends with Trump. I don't know.
What's going on? Jordan, come on the pod.
Jordan, if you broke up, this is the time.
Please
talk to
come
us.
on the pod.
Come talk to
Please.
us. And if you didn't, tell us why you posted that.
Yeah. Send us a DM back.
Okay, thank you. Before we get into this next thing, you told me something.
What?
Listeners will remember that when you feel scared or like claustrophobic about going on the subway, Madeline puts on Soulja Boy,
Which we got so many comments about.
Also, someone made us a mashup.
Oh my God.
Which we didn't
Wait,
talk about.
Can we put it in the episode?
Yes.
I think right here, I'm going to play a snippet. Okay, that was the snippet.
It's so good.
It's so good. It totally works.
Yes, because I listen to the Drive soundtrack sometimes
Yeah.
when I feel claustrophobic on the train. Madeline listens to Soulja Boy. We said, can someone mash this up? Somebody did.
Someone did.
And it actually is amazing.
It works. It works.
It works. But you told me something after we recorded that.
What?
That there's actually another album you listen to that you put on sometimes that's not Soulja Boy.
Oh, the playlist?
Yes. Can you
Sometimes when I need to just like chill out on the train, I put on the Severance Defiant Jazz playlist.
Which
get you another podcast host who can do that. Name me another sports podcast. That
Madeline
also
told me this on the train. We're on the train.
That was when we were going to the Philharmonic. Yeah.
We're on the train, and Madeline's like, I also listened to the Severance Defiant and I was like, all right, well, I'm outing you. We're saying that. That's crazy.
I do. That's true.
You contain so many multitudes.
We both do.
Well, yes. Okay, so we have a big time company man, your employer is not your friend situation to talk about.
Huge.
And I personally am pissed.
Oh.
I'm pissed.
Okay.
This is about the Boston Red Sox.
Here we go with the Boston lore.
Also, I would just like to say, being a fan of Boston teams is unbelievably helpful as a sports person.
That's true.
Because they are always doing stuff. First they were winning, and now they're just screwing everything up all the time.
No one's asking about Atlanta sports teams very often.
No, sorry.
No.
But Boston stays the main character even when they're bad.
Unfortunately, they do.
Yeah, sorry to everybody. But also, like, I think I'm on the, dare I say, less obnoxious Boston fan spectrum.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is why I think it's important, because representation matters.
Heard it here first.
Okay, so the Red Sox are driving me crazy.
Yeah.
And they traded their star player, Rafael Devers, to the San Francisco Giants. I'm going to tell you why this is a big deal, but I would like to set the stage by saying that the Red Sox in 2020 traded away Mookie Betts to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Mookie Betts basically won the Red Sox a World Series in 2018. Mookie Betts was my favorite player. Mookie Betts was a homegrown star. Mookie Betts is everything you could want in a baseball player.
He's a bowler. He loves wearing fedoras. Do you know that about him? Oh, one of my early and personal foul newsletters was about how he loves wearing a fedora. I was like, no one loves fedoras more than Mookie Betts. He loves a fedora.
That almost makes
and he's
me
like a professional bowler.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that
makes sense.
No, he competes.
Actually.
He's really good.
Wait, he does?
Yeah, he's really good.
I love him. I love him so much. So the Red Sox broke me a little bit when they did that, and I have had trouble. The Red Sox were my first true sports love.
Yeah.
I dressed up as Nomar Garciaparra in second and third grade. I was Nomar Garciaparra for 2 Halloweens in a row.
Wow.
Also, that's not true. My first sports love was the U.S. Women's National Team and Mia Hamm.
I mean, of course.
And then it was the Red Sox and Nomar Garciaparra. They got married. Mia Hamm and Nomar Garciaparra are married to this day.
That is crazy.
That's like, I think that was where the love of sports gossip was first infused.
Yeah.
But like I grew up understanding the importance of sports gossip because Mia and Nomar got married.
You were like, the target audience for this is me and only me. And I'm seated.
And I was so seated.
Yeah.
So anyway, obsessed with the Red Sox, but then they traded Mookie Betts because they wanted to like stay under the luxury tax. And I was like, what's the point of staying under a luxury tax if you're trading the guy who could win you?
Right.
It's like, this is the next Babe Ruth. Like, they traded him and didn't win a World Series for 86 years. So I'm like buckled up. I'm never going to see another one in my life. They have since traded like a bunch of other star players, and Rafael Devers was the last member of the 2018 team that won the World Series. Last one. There are none of them left on the Red Sox because John Henry, the owner, has gotten rid of all of them. Do you know the Rafael Devers? Oh, I'm just like, what are you guys doing? It's like
you're mad.
Well, yeah,
Charlotte's mad
because Nico Harrison. Can you remind people what he did?
Nico Harrison, GM of the Dallas Mavericks, famously traded their star player Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis in a shocking trade heard around the world.
This was sort of that, except it was like Nico Harrison had already done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like if he'd done it a few times.
Right. Right.
Okay, so here's what they did. Rafael Devers, biggest star, he played third base. They go in 2025, Red Sox get Alex Bregman. And they say to Rafael Devers, hey, can you be the designated hitter? Because we have Alex Bregman coming in and he's going to play third base. And Devers was sort of pissed because he's like, what? This is what I do. But then he saw what Bregman could do for the team and he was like, okay. And he sort of settled into the designated hitter role. Mm-hmm. So then the guy who plays first base, Tristan Casas, he gets hurt. Knee injury, season ending.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, Rafael Devers, can you please go play first base?
Uh-huh.
And Rafael's like, what? Because first of all, okay, what the Red Sox should have done instead of just saying to him, hey, you're not playing defense at all. We're not going to have you in playing any field position. You're going to be the designated hitter. They should have said, hey, we know that we're really thin at first base. Why don't we get Devers trained up to be a backup first baseman?
Yeah.
Because if Tristan gets hurt, we're kind of screwed. Maybe think that through.
Right.
Instead of being like, hey, man, can you play this position you've never played before publicly in the major leagues and potentially embarrass yourself as you're learning how to play the position?
Not great.
So Rafael Devers is pissed. John Henry, Sam Kennedy, and Craig, what's his name? Breslau, Chief Baseball Officer, CBO. Sounds like a fake job.
Sounds like a fake job.
I know it's real, but so Kennedy, Craig, John Henry, they go fly out to Kansas City because the Red Sox are playing there. And they have a meeting with Devers about like what it means to be a good teammate.
Oh my. Wait, okay, can I pause this story
Please.
for a second?
I've been talking to
this already reminds me of when you're at a job and someone quits or something like that. And instead of hiring someone to replace that role, they just come to you and say, be a team player. Just take on this workload for the good of the company.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing here.
They went there and they said, hey, Mr. Devers, can you be a company man for us?
Yeah.
And they give him a lecture about it, which is the most condescending thing you can do. And look, I get feeling like we're paying you $313 million. We need you to do what we ask you to do.
Yeah.
But I would argue that they already asked him to do that once and he did it. And then they screwed it up.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to fix it, they traded him to the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
And it's just such bad management.
Yeah. And he was already on the Red Sox chartered plane to Seattle for their next game and was taken off the plane and took a taxi back to Fenway when news broke of the trade, which I love him. There's a video, we will insert it, of him like getting out of a literal taxi.
Yes.
Not an Uber.
No, it's a taxi.
It's a taxi.
He goes back to Fenway.
Yeah.
Where he has parked his car.
Right.
Gets in his car and drives away. It's also a Range Rover?
It looks
Land
like
Rover?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's cool.
Fancy
I like
car.
It. Yeah.
It's chic.
It's chic.
It's chic.
A matte black.
Very chic.
Yeah. So not only... if you're going to get rid of your star player, like get him a car service.
Get him a car service.
Just have it
Get
waiting.
him Black Lane. Get him that. Uber Black at least.
Yeah, or like one of the OG ones from Boston. The like, make some limo driver's day.
I love that you were about to just start listing off names of local Boston car services.
Well,
your wheels were turning. You were about to do
I
it.
couldn't think of one.
No, you couldn't.
That's
I know.
why I couldn't do it.
But I knew you wanted to.
Thank you.
So if someone listening from Boston can name some local car services, we should support local businesses. Drop them in the comments.
I feel so seen. So yes, basically, the companies are not your friend.
They're not your friend, as we have said time and time again on this show.
Especially because Red Sox had just swept the Yankees.
Yeah, they did.
Yankees suck.
Heard it here first.
Famously said around
Boston fan. Yankees suck.
Yankees suck. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Also, I do live in New York, and I love living in New York, but that doesn't mean I need to love the Yankees.
It's okay.
I never will. Yeah, no, it's just like they're not your friend, and I am sort of still so numb from the Mookie trade, even though it was 5 years ago, that now, like, how am I supposed to care? How they're losing me?
Yeah. Oh,
what's that Taylor Swift song? You're losing me.
Yeah, you're losing me. I think something. Yeah,
you're losing me. You're never gonna fully lose me, and if you fix this, I will come back. But like, I'm pissed.
Charlotte's mad. Red Sox. Charlotte's mad. Do something about it.
Because it's just like it's like when your employer, what are we doing?
It's not good. It's not good luck.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Well, speaking of what are we doing, Hailee Steinfeld married Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen like a week and a half ago, which we did talk about. There were some paparazzi photos that came out. Well, more photos have been released of the wedding. And where were those photos released, Charlotte?
Thank you so much for asking. They were released on her newsletter, Bow Society.
Yeah.
As a Bow Society exclusive. And I'm going to pull this newsletter up. So I think my main takeaway is that there are people who are professionals at things for a reason. I would never pretend that I could act the way Hailee acts.
No.
And I probably wouldn't try.
No.
But also, maybe if you're not a writer, a newsletter writer, maybe somebody can help you do that.
Hire someone
to do that, because Hailee, I think, has this dream of being a magazine writer, or like, and she has enough money that she can just make her own.
Yeah.
But there are certain things you need to know how to do, and like, this is one of the sentences that she put. And look, this is nothing against anybody personally.
No. And for the record, we don't know that she wrote it for sure. We just suspect she did.
And the reason we suspect it is because she said, I'm sitting here with Josh and we've been reminiscing on the best weekends of our lives for the millionth time.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 weeks, random yet very specific memories have been popping back into our heads, and we've been blurting them out to each other, often through smiles, laughs, and tears. In no particular order, these are the moments we can't stop thinking about.
Yeah.
And then she says, we must begin with all the love. It felt like love was running through the veins of every tree at our gorgeous venue in Santa Barbara. Our family and friends coming together amplified it. So just like grammatically, love isn't a moment.
No.
Like a random but very specific moment. And then she goes into the most broad, non-moment, non-specific thing.
Well, you know what this reminds me of?
I think I do.
I read this and my first thought was, did Jordon Hudson ghostwrite this newsletter? Because if she's going to hire any ghostwriter who speaks in her voice, I honestly think it would be Jordon Hudson. I mean, it's written in a similar way, no?
It is. No, she uses slightly fewer big words.
Yeah, no overtly.
No overtly. But the no quadrillennium, which is an all-time banger. It's also, I think, hard to write about your wedding and have it be compelling.
Yeah, no. I couldn't. My wedding anniversary is tomorrow.
No way.
Yeah, it is
tomorrow.
Happy
anniversary.
Thank you. And I don't. What am I going to say in written form about it?
Well, right, because
it happened.
There's a long time trope in sports media that nobody cares about your fantasy team.
Yeah,
and it's also like nobody really wants to hear your dreams.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really wants to hear about your wedding.
No,
we want to see pictures.
Yes,
we don't need you to tell us about it.
Correct.
Because I think sometimes people think when these, life things happen to them, it's obviously very special for you.
Yeah.
But you're also not the first person who's had a wedding.
Right.
And so it's hard to be like, tell me about it.
Right. Tell me how your catering was so amazing. It's like, it's wedding food.
Yeah. Like she said to Hailee and Josh, she says that everybody jumped in the pool in their clothes. Which, like, everybody does
happens.
That
happens. Which, nothing wrong with that. Something that happens a lot and is cliche isn't a bad thing. It's just oftentimes that in the written form isn't, it doesn't translate the same. What I will say would translate is if her newsletter was about, and I know every wedding, even at the Hailee Steinfeld level budget, theatrics, production, that there was drama.
Yes.
Give me the drama. What was going on with the fork selection? Oh, did they not have the right napkins? Did they accidentally bring the wrong linens for the circle tables? Like, oh, did they mess up the seating chart? Tell me about that, Hailee. That's what I want to know, not about people jumping in a pool.
You are so right. You are so right. Also, there's several things that Hailee says she and Josh did for their wedding that I feel like maybe their friends, no matter how much they love them, have some thoughts about.
Yes.
The first is the dress code. The first night, welcome drinks.
Yeah.
The dress code was, quote, vibrant elegance, which once again, not specific.
No.
Whatsoever. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you want me to wear bright clothes and not look like a schlub?
Well, I would guarantee that she sent a PowerPoint presentation with a dress code aesthetic vibe, because I do know people are doing that.
Well, that's what I want to see, Hailee.
Yeah. Send
us the mood board.
Send us the PowerPoint.
Also, the second night, the wedding night, was black tie.
What does that mean?
It means you have to wear black, I think. And there is nothing that makes me angrier than someone telling me what I must wear to their wedding.
No.
Nothing. Well, some things make me angry, but it makes me very angry. I'm like, first of all, I'm paying so much money to go to your wedding.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And then you're going to tell me that if I don't already own that, like I have to go buy the thing.
Yeah.
And
you're not a bridesmaid.
I think there are so many rude things that people do surrounding weddings.
Can I say something that happened at her wedding that really bugged me?
Yes.
And this may be a controversial opinion. She put in her newsletter that it was a phone-free wedding, phone-free ceremony. Here's how I feel about it. Oh, because she says, oh, the photographer, which, by the way, we called the photographer. Who was the photographer, Charlotte?
We said last week, I bet that they will have Jose Villa take their pictures. Who took their pictures?
Jose. He took them.
Jose took them. Mary Phillips did Hailee Steinfeld's makeup. If you're on Makeup Talk at all, you know that she's the one who invented, I'm sure people have been doing this, for underpainting,
yep.
where you do the bronzer and the blush before the foundation.
Yep.
Who is her wedding planner?
Well, none other than the queen of a compressed flower, Miss Mindy Weiss. I know she's not a florist, but she does oversee the aesthetic direction of a wedding when she's running it.
So basically we called it.
We called it.
Okay. Phone free.
Phone free. She says in the newsletter something along the lines.
Was it phone free wedding or just ceremony?
I think ceremony.
Okay.
Phone free.
Let's check.
No phone wedding. It says, quote, we had a no phone wedding. We wanted everyone to come and be present. Looking back, it was one of the best decisions we made. By that meant Jose had his work cut out for him capturing all the magic for us. What that means to me is that Jose had to take way more photos than he probably anticipated if the entire wedding is phone free. Because here's what I'll say.
I love when you say that. I love when you say, here's what I'll say. I'm like, oh, cook 'em.
Jose is an incredible photographer, but there's no way he can capture every single person at the wedding and get candids of all of them and the moments that they want to see in their own camera roll, right?
Yes.
And that's why people have their phones at weddings, so they can take videos so that they can look back and remember the day or the weekend. And if you are not given an opportunity to snap a couple pics on your iPhone of yourself looking good and you're relying on Jose to take it, what if he doesn't take your photo? Because I have looked through plenty of wedding photo galleries with 600 images and I'm in like 3 of them.
And I'm always
I always am looking terrible.
I'm in the back with like a double chin
on
the dance floor.
Or it's like a laughing shot, which no one wants a photo of you laughing. My God.
Especially when it's
too
head
much
on
neck.
and you see inside your mouth.
No one needs that. It's like a dental cleaning. I don't need to see my molars.
So not only that, what if there are people there like with kids who they needed to check on the babysitter?
Exactly.
Or my husband is a type 1 diabetic. He has his blood sugar connected to his CGM on his arm. Also, Kiké Hernandez, who we talked about in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry. JJ Spaun, who won the U.S. Open.
We'll get to him.
He's a type 1 diabetic.
Circle back to that.
I know. I have a list
cool.
of type 1 diabetics, sports players in my head.
And never forget when Nick Jonas.
Yes, exactly.
When it was like breaking news.
He also has some very good recommendations for like snacks or type 1 diabetic stuff.
I love that. That's great.
If you're type 1, check out Joe Jonas's
Nick
Spaun content.
Jonas.
Nick Jonas's Spaun. Sorry, my husband's going to kill me that I got that wrong. Yeah. So the no phone wedding. Also, I understand people be like, but they're famous. They don't want people leaking stuff.
Yes.
Then don't invite someone to your wedding who you think would leak stuff, or don't do things at your wedding that you wouldn't want leaked.
Correct. I am empathetic.
I get a ceremony.
I do get a ceremony. I still think it's wrong, but I understand. I think it's
a
wrong.
no phone wedding.
Who cares? Does it really matter if the photo, one shot, a wide shot from you walking down the aisle has a couple iPhones in it? I think it's fine.
I also
maybe I'm in the minority, but I don't think.
No. I think it's fine. I also
let people add some images to their camera roll. And hold on, I got to say one more thing.
Sorry, go.
Because I know when that gallery was sent out to people, it was probably really curated because she doesn't want that many photos leaked from her wedding. So presumably they're not really seeing the photos. Mm-hmm. And even if they are, it's probably on that one website, you know which one I'm talking about, where to download the images, it drives me crazy.
Past gallery?
You have to log in, and then it gives you the option, do you want the high res or the web image?
Yep.
Every single time you have to click it, and it always messes up, closes the window. So to even download the photo of you laughing with your molars showing, it takes like 4 or 5 minutes. What are we doing?
Also,
not efficient.
I think she really wanted this for her newsletter.
Oh,
because she says, once again, if you see any of these photos out in the wild, tag Bow Society. She's using this to try to grow her newsletter, which I understand. But also, another thing that I will say about weddings.
What?
Do not have one if you don't want people talking about your wedding. Do not have one. Do not share photos if you don't want people to look at them and say, I wouldn't do the flowers this way.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to have an opinion about it, and you have to be okay with that.
Yep.
Because that's what we're doing. That's a fun part of looking at someone's, especially if you're very rich.
Yeah.
And we can look at what you decided to do with your money.
Right.
Like more compressed flowers, which also, when we had we did a roundup of times we've talked about compressed flowers.
Yeah.
Which was not even all of the times.
No, that was just like a couple of them.
Yeah, this is on Instagram and TikTok. We had a lot of florists being like, thank you for spreading the word. We also had some florists who were like, compressed flowers isn't a term. And you know what? We know.
We invented it.
We coined it. It's not like a floral term. It's like the flowers are smushed together. Also, it is just the most expensive option.
It is.
And sometimes I think rich people confuse money for taste. And instead of letting those flowers breathe with some beautiful sprigs here and there, they say, what's the most expensive one? All these flowers crunched together. Great. Let's do it, Mindy.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I had a lot to get off my chest.
So did I. That felt good,
Felt really good.
Felt good.
Anyway, Steinfeld's going to be mad at us. But none of it's personal.
None of it is personal.
It's just the rules of how you talk about weddings.
It's just the rules of weddings. I don't know what to tell you. You
Also,
looked gorgeous. Your looks were great. I enjoyed her dresses.
Beautiful.
Dresses looked amazing.
Dresses were great. I loved the feathers she wore.
I still think the venue made no sense for their aesthetic. Should have been at the Rosewood Miramar, as I said last week.
Also, the timing of their aesthetic, which was all white and black with red roses. If you're going to do that in December.
Yes.
That is not a spring, early summer wedding.
Yes.
And that bugged me a little bit.
Wait, maybe that's why you know what? I think that's right. I think that's why the photos, the aesthetic didn't match the setting also because of that. Yeah, the timing of the wedding. I agree.
Yeah.
And she had the gloves, which gloves feel kind of like a winter wedding thing.
Yeah. So it's just the time. It's just like it wasn't quite matched up to the season.
No.
And that's not on Hailee. I thought Mindy would. Nope.
Mindy, come on.
I couldn't even.
I know you're paid a lot.
Say that with a straight face. I did. I thought Mindy would know better.
Come on, Mindy. Coming from someone again who had a driveway wedding, and
I got married in my backyard, and we invited 10 people. Also,
So,
that meant
we're
that
the experts.
people couldn't talk shit about my wedding.
That's true. No, and I mean, what are you going to say about I got married in a driveway? Yeah, I got married in a driveway.
Wait, what are they going to say? You didn't invite anyone?
Yeah, because I got married in a driveway.
Yeah. It's actually just self-protection. Not having a big wedding is just being like, nobody can come for me.
Right? True.
All right.
Anyways.
Okay. I have an update on Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd.
What?
Who people believe are dating based on AZ's TikTok, where she showed Paige. It was like a couple's TikTok, basically. Yeah. AZ did a day in the life video.
Uh-huh.
First of all, it's like a photo shoot, like brand day in New York. And then she goes back to Connecticut because she's still at UConn to practice. And she's up at like 5 a.m. and then it shows her driving back at 11 at night. And I was like, I simply am built different from athletes.
I cannot do that.
Couldn't do it.
I'm also not a college student.
Right. Well, same. I guess your energy levels decrease.
I had very different. Actually, you know what?
What?
That's not true. I had the same energy. My energy levels were about the same.
I'm going to be honest. I've always slept a lot.
Yeah.
So
anyways,
but the thing about her day in the life is that on the way back to Connecticut in a black car, she's watching a Dallas Wings game. Because first of all, I think that's more like, are they together? She put it in, she included it that she was watching it. I love it. It's my favorite relationship in sports, if it's true. But I have something to say about the Dallas Wings. Their coach, Chris Koklanes, who was hired in December of last year ahead of getting Paige Beckers, the number 1 draft pick. When I discovered this man had been hired, he has a man bun and he has long hair in his picture. And so I watched a couple YouTube videos because I was like, what is this guy's deal? Because I'm sorry, but I'm going to have questions if you have a man bun.
Yeah.
That looks like his.
Yeah. Yeah. I think very few men can pull off a man bun well. And I unfortunately don't think he pulls it off that well.
No, and he has long hair in his media day picture in a way that makes me not trust him. There are some men who have long hair that I trust, and there are other men that I don't necessarily trust. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos of him.
Okay.
He has 4 sisters, I believe.
All right.
So I was like, okay, maybe he just has a lot of sisters. Like, if there's a guy I don't trust, but I find out he has a lot of sisters, this is based on...
You're like, he's good.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe he's okay. I don't know. Because
we don't know.
I don't think the Dallas Wings are very happy with him. Dejanay Carrington was pictured getting into an argument with him.
Oh, my God.
He seemed really frustrated lately. Also, Arike Ogunbowale, star of the Dallas Wings, was asked about him because fans are pissed because they're losing so much.
Yeah.
And he's also just mismanaging games. And when she was asked about him, about his performance, she said, "We're all in it as a team, and we're still going every day, getting better every day."
Okay.
Says nothing about the coach, but she was asked about assistant Nola Henry, and Arike said, "She's young, she's hungry, she has a really great basketball mind. She's been really important for us." You can't take those two things said about the head coach and then the assistant coach and tell me that everything's fine with the head coach.
No, everything is not fine.
The vibes
There's no way.
very bad.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
How long has he been the head coach?
Just this season.
Just a season.
Since December 31st.
And where was he before?
I think he was coaching in college.
Okay. That to me is just an indication that things are not right at this company.
Or maybe he was an assistant. I don't know. He's been in the basketball world.
All
Whatever.
right. But the vibes are not right.
No.
No. That's not good.
No, it reminded me of when the Knicks were arguing with each other on the bench.
Yes.
We said the vibes are off.
Yeah.
And then the vibes were off.
Shocking.
Just on the record that when I saw this guy, I was like, I don't know.
Don't love it.
I don't know. And it hasn't been working out.
Wow.
One other quick WNBA thing.
Yeah.
You put this in here.
Yeah.
Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson.
Yeah, so they won a national championship together at LSU. For those who don't remember that was 2 years ago. But they seem to have maybe had a falling out or just kind of grown apart. But recently, Flau'jae was on the Breakfast Club and said that her and Angel were, quote, not friends.
Which is really interesting because she also said she's really proud of her. She said things happen,
right,
but I'm really proud of her, and I'm still online defending her against her online critics. But yeah, things happen, and we're not friends.
Because I also think there was some drama between their moms. We won't get into it, but there was like some online drama, I believe, a while ago.
And what I have to say about this in terms of Flau'jae's response is that is incredibly mature for a young woman in your 20s.
Very mature. Very mature.
To say we're not friends, but I still support her and I'm proud of her. Oh my God.
That is true. I would have just been like, meh.
I probably would have gotten really flustered.
Yeah. I would have given a terrible PR response.
Same.
The publicist would have come to me afterwards and been like, we got to workshop this.
They'd be like, that clip was going viral.
Yeah, your media training needs some work.
Damage control city.
Yes.
But she nailed it.
No, I think she did a great job. I think she said it was an honest answer. It wasn't saying too much, but it still was a compliment, I feel like, to Angel, and it made her look good too. I feel like it was all around appropriate PR answer.
PR masterclass.
Yeah.
All right, that's all. Just very impressed. Very impressed once again by Flau'jae Johnson.
Yeah, love it. In golf news, JJ Spaun, the type 1 diabetic you mentioned earlier, he won the U.S. Open. Congrats to him.
He did. His first major championship win.
Very exciting. But the detail that I love was that ahead of his win, I don't know if it was the night before or just during the tournament, at one point his daughter got sick, one of his daughters, and he had to go to CVS at 3 a.m. because she was throwing up.
I think it was the night before.
Yeah.
Because then he went and won the U.S. Open on Father's Day. This is the most dad golf win of all time.
It's golf, Father's Day, and a CVS run at 3 a.m. for your kid.
I mean,
how dad can it get?
There should be some award.
There should be.
There should be an award for like most dad win.
Yes.
You know what?
We should invent it.
I've just decided.
I
think you're going to be on board.
Yeah.
The end of the year.
Yeah.
We're going to have a Sports Gossip Awards show. And one of the awards is going to be most dad
of the year. Not dad of the year.
No, most dad thing
of the year.
Of the year.
Put that on a trophy.
Yeah. And the trophies are going to be what we talked about a few weeks ago, the participation trophies.
Yep.
And we're even going to have a participation trophy.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Please.
All right, let's end on this. We haven't talked about the NBA Finals.
We haven't.
Because Oklahoma City is up 3-2 on the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton seems to be hurt. It was an amazing series through those first 4 games.
Yeah.
The Pacers kind of seem to be falling apart.
Yeah.
There hasn't been that much drama to come out of it.
No.
Which is why we haven't talked. It's not that we're ignoring it. It just hasn't been very dramatic.
Not very dramatic. Nothing's really happened.
Jalen Williams
it's just been some
40 points last night.
Yeah,
great.
It's just like good basketball.
Yeah, great basketball. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it very much. I'm sorry that I said it was not a sexy matchup and that I had to sleep in a train car in Indiana.
Which, by the way, someone either DM'd or I think DM'd us or commented.
It was a comment.
It was a comment and said that they're getting married at that hotel or did or were thinking about it, and that the hotel offered them a suite there, and they were like, "We're good."
A honeymoon, a newlywed suite in a train car. And she was like,
you imagine?
I said, no, I'm good. We're staying at the Omni.
Yeah.
And I said, honestly, I think the only time that it makes sense to spend the night in a train car at a hotel is on your wedding.
Honestly, yeah.
That is the funniest part. What did you do after your wedding? We went and we slept in a train car inside a building.
It is incredible.
That's an incredible newlywed
And
suite.
everyone's like, what?
I would encourage you, dear listener, to maybe reconsider and take the train honeymoon suite.
What if it was just the getting ready suite?
Oh,
where'd you get ready for your wedding? Inside of a train car. Look, indoors.
I'm telling you right now, you're going to need at least 3 train cars. That thing was too small to get ready. That dress wouldn't fit.
I watched a YouTube video. It's a train car. I watched a YouTube video of someone touring one of those train cars, and I just was laughing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe Charlotte stayed in one of these.
I had a full mental breakdown.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways, the last thing I want to talk about this series, it's not about the basketball. It's Reggie Miller, Indiana Pacers legend, has obviously been attending a lot of these games. Mm-hmm. And he needs a stylist.
Yes.
People are talking about this online, and I think he's now worn it twice.
Yes.
He wears an Indiana Pacers jersey with a sweatshirt under it.
Not just any sweatshirt. A thin sweatshirt.
What are we doing?
Thin hooded sweatshirt.
Who told him to do this?
You know how we talked about the T-shirts that are too soft?
Yes.
That have the long tag? Yes. I feel the way about those that I feel about a thin, dry fit sweatshirt.
What's the point?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I would actually prefer he not wear anything and just wear the jersey, which would be insane, but I would respect it.
Too exposed.
No, the sweatshirt's so bad.
It is bad. Reggie, what are you doing? Please don't do that
What
again.
should he wear instead?
A long sleeve shirt, a long sleeve shirt under it, or just wear an Indiana Pacers sweatshirt. You don't need the jersey. Everyone knows you played for the team.
Or wear a sweatshirt like a normal thick Indiana Pacers sweatshirt with the jersey over
you need
it. The
some more
sweatshirt itself isn't the problem. It's it's the thin material the sweatshirt is made of.
It doesn't layer right.
Driving me crazy.
Yeah. Reggie, come on. Fix your layers.
All right. That's all.
That's all. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening. And if you've noticed, our video is now on YouTube only.
Yes.
We didn't say that at the top.
No.
But if you want to watch us in video format,
here we are.
Head over to YouTube.
Yes. And if you're a Spotify person who's been loving watching it on Spotify, we're sorry. This will all make sense soon, and you can watch it on YouTube.
Yep.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye.